mother cats that had kittens. And, like, we had so many cats in my house while growing up.
It never made sense to me that people that have, like, cats that are both outside and inside, that doesn't make fucking sense to
Why?
me. Either inside or outside. Pick one. That's what I'm saying. Personally, inside cats. I don't like outside cats in general. Unless you're living,
right.
Unless you're living
right.
on, like, a farm out in the country, cats should be inside, period. My neighbor, you know where I live, the busy fucking road, he's got another outside cat. Coolest cat in the fucking world, mind you. It's one of those cats where it has like fangs, like vampire fangs that they're outside of its mouth when it closes its mouth, but it's like skin as a bone. It comes over to our house all the time to get food, and my mom feeds it all the fucking time. And the thing is like skin and bones, and we're thinking about it like, how is this thing not like catching prey or stuff like that? It's because fucking neighbor put a collar with a bell on it. Collar with a fucking bell, you're alerting all its prey. It's not going to catch any fucking squirrels or birds or anything like that. So motherfucker comes over, and I'm happy. We're happy to feed it.
Right, that's not a big deal.
It's a fucking great cat. It comes over, loves pets and everything like that. But like, just make up your mind.
I'm
outside
with
or
you.
inside.
Let me interject here. I'm with you. Now, in my later stages of life, I understand cats are not native to here.
No,
They
not.
are an invasive species.
Talk to my birding professor in fucking Westminster. She died on that hill. Like, cats fucking suck. They're invasive species.
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong, but at a certain point, after how many centuries, after a certain amount of time,
That's a good question.
After a
when
certain
does an
amount of-
animal
Exactly.
become native?
exactly, that's my point. Like, at this point, they're native species. They're not originally from here, but at this point in time, they've been here long enough that it's like, accept it. Get over it.
I agree with you wholeheartedly on the inside cats. As an adult, now that I can make my own decisions in life, every cat I own, and I love cats. I am a cat person. I love dogs, don't get me wrong. Like, you can love the Beatles and
Yeah.
you can love Elvis.
Yeah.
But you're either a Beatles person or an Elvis person. You can love dogs and you can love cats. But you're either a dog person or a cat person. Am I right? Am I right?
I would say yes.
I'm a cat person.
I'm a cat person too.
I love dogs. Nothing wrong with dogs. I own dogs too, but I'm a cat person.
So for the first time in my life, I actually own my own dog. Like, before, originally, like, I was living with my mother, and like, we had dogs, but none of them were like my dog.
Right.
They were like just family dogs, like house dogs. For the first time in my life, I have my own dog. And I kind of feel bad for my dog, because my dog right now,
She's such a good dog.
she's a good dog. She's sweet. She's great. The problem is, because of like the way that I work and the way my life is, like, I spend a lot of my time in my computer chair. She's fine. She's fine.
Yeah,
She's fine. I spend a lot of my time in computer
She
chair.
heard us talking about her.
Yeah. Either working my job or like doing what I need to do during the day. I spend very little time on my actual couch. And so like, I feel bad because my dog will be laying on the couch and she'll be laying like all day. And the case she'll get up, she'll like put her paws over the side of the arm and just like look at me. And then she'll be like, like wanting attention. Like, I can't I want to play with you, but like, I can't do it because I'm doing a thing right now. Like, I'm
Yeah.
working right now. So like, and like during the day, I'll throw the toys around occasionally, like play with her a little bit. But like, I feel bad
In
'cause
between
I can't-
calls, can you play with her?
Yeah,
Like,
but like like I feel bad because like I can't give her the attention that she needs right now. That's why I'm a cat person, because like Molly will come up to me and when she wants attention, and then after 5 minutes she jumps down and goes back into the bedroom. Like, I'm done with you now.
Cats are much more independent
Yes.
than dogs.
Yes.
Unquestionably.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a good thing for busy people
Yeah.
like us.
Yeah, so and
nothing against dogs. Nothing against
I
dogs.
try to take her for walks. Like I said, when it's warm out, when it's cold out, fuck that bullshit. I'm not walking in the cold. Fuck that bullshit. But like when it's not relatively like nice out, doesn't have to be like warm, 50 degrees plus. 50 degrees and up, I'll take the dog for a walk in the park, and she loves walking in the park. She loves it.
Yeah, every cat I have from now on will be an inside cat. But growing up, we had tons of cats at my house with my parents.
Yeah.
And they were like the kind that you disagree with, and I kind of do now too, but they were the in and out. So they were
wouldn't say
both in
I
and out
disagree
cats.
with them, but I would just argue they're not pets, technically.
Oh, dude. Yeah, these cats were like, they would come in and sleep with me in my bed. and like we would feed them. That's how they got their sustenance. But like during the day when everybody goes to school and or work, they're just outside doing cat
Fighting the
things.
raccoons. Yeah.
Raccoons don't come out during the day unless they're rabid.
I've seen raccoons during the day that weren't rabid, but that's okay.
No, they're not supposed to.
I'm sorry that you know the rules on nature. Sorry. I know. I'm sorry you wrote the rules on that. Steve Irwin, let's go. Come on. Dude, Steve Irwin's son. How great is
Robert
he?
Irwin?
He's fucking great, right?
I've been a fan of Robert Irwin before
He's
it was cool.
fucking amazing. Like he has
dad
taken
was amazing.
he has taken up his dad's mantle, and he has wholeheartedly upheld that. Like he is basically his dad at this point. Like he is definitely like carried on the torch. I kind of love it. He's not as popular as his dad was, but he's still continuing the good work.
I gotta say, celebrity deaths that hit me the hardest, for me, number one, undoubtedly, was Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
Number two was Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter.
We had an argument about this one time.
We did?
Years ago. Back when we worked at the rink, before we like hung out with friends.
That's when it happened. I had to work that night, and I was like a blubbering mess.
I said, and I recognize that I said it the wrong way because it's not what I meant to say. I said he went out like a bitch. Not
You did say that.
I did say that, but
What?
but my intention was, and I was not as good as I was not a very social person at the time, and I was not as good at communicating
He
my
went
thoughts.
out like a bitch.
My intention was saying this is what I meant to say. If you're the croc hunter, you shouldn't go out by a stingray sting. You should go out by a croc. That was what I meant. That's what I meant. Like, if you're going to go out, you got to go out by fighting a croc, not with a stingray. If you're the croc hunter. And I regret it. I regret to this day me saying that because I look back on that. It's like, that's not what I meant to say, but I was an asshole when I said it.
I think you owe the world an apology right now.
I apologize.
There we
100%,
go.
100%. I
All right.
apologize for that because I do love Steve Irwin, and I love Steve Irwin at the time. Like, I love the work
We
he did.
accept your apology,
Yeah.
but don't let it happen again.
But like my whole thing was like, if you're the croc hunter, if that's your nickname, you gotta go out fighting a croc then.
He got the stingray barb to the heart.
Yes, he did. He did. I've heard I've heard interviews with him where he was basically like he was kind of like an adrenaline junkie, where he was like none of it, like I have to keep doing it. Like the closer I am to death, the more alive I feel. Where like he was like if something doesn't try to kill me, like what's the point? Like I gotta do that. He's like, yeah. Like he was basically those people that like dive off of like skyscrapers and shit like that. Like he was akin to them.
So let's get back to Robert Irwin, because he's a grown man now.
He's a grown ass man.
Have you seen him shirtless?
Dude's fucking buff.
Dude, Greek
Dude is-
god.
yeah.
Like no homo.
Like
But
0%
damn.
body fat.
Dead,
like
dead,
dude
dead,
is
damn.
dude.
And his sister,
He literally wrestles crocodiles.
Bindi? His sister Bindi,
Dime.
smoking hot babe.
Oh yeah.
Like, wow. I mean, Steve was a pretty looking.
He's a really good looking guy.
and
He was a
Terry-
really good looking guy.
Terry, his wife,
He had
in her day, she was smoking.
Steve Irwin had a jaw. He had a jawline. He had a bit of a jawline.
did.
He was a good looking guy.
He had this Paul Hogan,
He had the-
Crocodile Dundee vibes.
He had those nice. He had legs too. Like Steve Irwin was a guy that had legs, man. Like
He
was
always
like,
had those little tight, short khaki shorts
Oh,
on.
he knew what
You
he was
could
doing.
totally see
He knew what he was doing.
the whole world. You knew.
That was akin to like a peacock showing his feathers. Steve Irwin was sure that wear those short shorts and showed his legs. Like they were tan.
what?
They had it was hairless. Like he was just nothing but muscle. Oh yeah.
God bless you, Australia. Thank you for gifting the Irwin family to the world. And I will say, Terry Irwin's American.
Really?
She
knew.
is.
But she knew. She knew.
Terry Irwin is American, so we claim half of the Irwin family. Half of them.
Fair enough.
Half of them belongs to
Fair
us.
enough.
But they are wonderful. They are not just beautiful people. They are wonderful, sweet, wholesome people. and I love everything they do. I am an advocate for the Irwin family, and I always will be.
They're fantastic people. They're great.
You don't hear any controversies.
That's a thing. Yeah, there's never, unless there's like they had like sex slaves or something like that in their basement or some shit like that. Like nothing has ever like come out against them. That's fucking great. Cut to, they're basically like 50 Shades of Grey in real life, but you know,
I will not tolerate Irwin slander. You already apologized once tonight. Let's not go any further.
I got to go another couple decades with some new slander, I guess.
You said he went out like a bitch. I'm surprised I didn't fight you in the DJ booth.
You were ready to. It was in the employee room when I said that. You were ready to.
I don't know why I didn't throw hands back there. Hands have been thrown in that employee room
Again, what I said was incredibly wrong. The intention behind it was I meant something different. So
I feel like those are Buffett and the Croc Hunter are the only two celebrities I shed tears for.
I don't think I've shed tears for any celebrity at this point.
I legitimately cried for those two.
I'll do it when Kevin Smith
They were
dies.
that important
When
to me.
Kevin Smith dies, I'll probably shed tears.
That's a tough one. Yeah,
I'll probably shed tears for
those.
that. I don't know if there's any other celebrity I've ever shed tears for.
Those two celebrities are very important. I had to DJ that night at the skating rink, and I was crying in the DJ booth. I dedicated a song to Steve Irwin. I played Land Down Under by
We're in the land down under.
Men at Work,
Yeah,
right?
Men at Work, yeah. Dude, I love Men at Work.
They're good. Is that Colin Hay?
Colin Hay.
How good are they?
Dude, Colin Hay, like, multiple times on Scrubs. Multiple, like, of the Men at Work songs he played on Scrubs. Scrubs,
David
like,
Lawrence
it's coming
loves
back.
You told me that last week. I'm excited.
I've heard David Lawrence's, first of all, the Apple show that he did.
He's doing another season of Ted Lasso.
He's
David
doing
Lawrence
another
is.
season of Ted Lasso, and they're bringing back Scrubs, from what I heard. We'll
You
see.
never watched Ted Lasso, did you?
I don't have Apple TV, so I don't.
I know, but I feel like you. I know it's sports related. It's about soccer.
I've seen clips, and
I feel like you would love it.
I've seen clips, and I've enjoyed it.
It's Scrubs humor.
Yeah, I think
feel
I
like you
would enjoy
love it. Yeah.
Dude, my mother watched Letterkenny for the first time today.
What a great day for her. I
So-
wish I could go in blind and rewatch that.
So my mother was like, "There's this Canadian show that I've heard about, but I kind of want to watch. Like, I've seen clips of it. It's really funny and something."
Oh,
and I
good
was
for
like, "What's it
her.
called?" It's like, "It's Letterkenny." I was like, "Oh, I've watched that fucking show. It's fucking hilarious."
so good.
And we sat there while I was over there, and we watched like the first couple of us, and she was fucking dying laughing. I was
It's
like,
so
"Yeah,
good.
it's fucking hilarious."
Really good. Yeah. She's going to have a good time.
Yeah. She just had knee surgery, so she's like out for like she's fucking driving herself crazy. She needs something because she's out for the next couple months for work.
Yeah.
And not being able to get up and do something. She's not a work obsessed person in terms of she loves her work.
She's a busybody.
But she
though.
wants to get up and do something. She can't sit for too long.
My mother's the same way.
Yeah.
She can't sit. Yeah. Right.
So it's driving herself crazy just having to sit in the chair. And she knew this, it was a knee replacement. She knew it was coming. Like, it's not like this is something she didn't know was coming. But like, she's fucking going fucking insane. Honestly, it happened at the perfect time because my sister had to move back in to my mother's house temporarily for
She's
right now.
helping her out and
so
stuff?
she's helping her
Good,
right now,
good,
so, which
good.
is good. But like she's done some, like, it's been a week and a half basically since she's like had her knee surgery, and she's like walking around with just her cane instead of like a full walker, which she should be doing. And she's like walking around occasionally without anything, and I'm like, what the fuck
Yeah,
are
that's
you
not good.
doing?
You're supposed to start with the walker and then you evolve to the cane.
She used the walker for the first few days, and then she started using the cane, but she occasionally like starts just walking without it, and I'm like,
Yeah. When did she have the surgery? How long ago?
last Monday. It's been almost
Probably
2
too
weeks.
soon. She probably
It's been
still
almost 2
needs-
weeks. She's allegedly supposed to be out for 2 to 3 months. So
I will say she chose wisely. Like Letterkenny, there's several seasons of it.
yeah.
They're short episodes, but there's a lot of episodes. So she'll have a good time binge watching that.
Yeah.
So
She's not gonna binge watch the whole fucking thing. She jumps around. She's gonna watch like 1 or 2 episodes, and then she's gonna go
and
to
that's
another thing.
okay too, because that style of a show could get stale. So you sprinkle in something a little more dramatic.
When I went over
maybe.
today, she was watching a World War II documentary about like Hitler's wives or some shit like that, or like Nazi wives or something like that. So
Hitler only ever had one wife, and it
Yeah.
was Eva Braun.
but they were like Nazi wives or something like that. So she doesn't stick with one thing too long. But I don't know. Good times.
So on our regular show, Adam, you alluded to some political talk that you were saving for the Patreon. The people who subscribed specifically to hear your take, we have to honor that.
So we talked briefly about it, and I never mentioned the name, but I have his name. Kilmar Abrego Garcia is the Rhode Island father that was wrongfully deported.
And I was wrong. You were right. He is not back.
No.
What I heard was the court said he should be back.
So what happened? The series of events that would happen if you don't know. Have you been living under a rock if you don't know about this person? But this person who was here on a visa, married to an American citizen, has kids currently, was deported. And they keep using the MS-13 gang as an excuse. Apparently, every fucking immigrant in this goddamn country is a part of MS-13. Apparently, MS-13 is fucking massive.
I think you're a member of MS-13.
I must be. Do I have a... No, I don't, because I don't have a tattoo. So I'm not.
Maybe you do have tattoos. You always got long sleeves on.
Check my asshole. I don't have a tattoo. I don't know. But like he was deported. Like he was deported under that kind of. First of all, he was investigated like 5-10 years ago for this, and he was acquitted. Like the courts dictated. They said in open court, no, there is no proof that you are part of MS-13. And then the Trump administration deported him under the guidelines of he must be MS-13. There's been a massive fight over this, and the Trump administration, this is the series of events, Trump administration admitted that it was a clerical error for him getting deported. But they're not going to go get him. And so the federal courts said...
The Supreme Court.
Well, no, first it was the federal courts.
It was the federal... Yeah, it was the...
First it was the federal courts.
The First Circuit Court, I think?
Yes. They said, you have to go get him back so that he could be tried so he could be investigated properly. Oh, no, not even fucking that, because they fucking proved that he wasn't. So you got to go get him and bring him fucking back. And then the Trump administration went to the Supreme Court, and at first, the Supreme Court paused it. They said, we got to look into this. Like a day later, they voted saying, okay, the Trump administration has to go get this man from El Salvador.
This is the same compromised Supreme Court that is a 6-3 conservative majority that are full of Trump flunkies.
Yes, we're not saying it's compromised because they're conservative. We're saying it's compromised.
Do you know what the vote was? Do you know what the vote was?
To get him back?
Yes.
What was it, like full blown? Everybody?
It was 9-0.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was full blown.
Every single justice said, "Oh, you got to go get him."
Yes.
What did Trump say?
No, we're not gonna do it.
He said no. This is a constitutional crisis right now. Trump's lawyers did the right thing to go to the Supreme Court, trying to do this legally, and then the Supreme Court legally said, you need to go get him. And so now the Trump administration illegally is saying, nah, we're not going to do it. We can't do it. We can't get him. We can't get him. That's what I'm saying. You know why? There's a lot of people that are saying this, and I hope it's not true, but I believe it. One of two things. Number one, either they don't want to bring him back because they're worried that he's going to talk about the conditions that he's living in and the people that have been sent there. The other possibility is he's already dead. I didn't think about that.
That's what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are saying that he probably doesn't want to go do it because they know that he's already dead. Because we're talking about we're talking about basically a labor camp. Mm-hmm. Like we're talking about one of the worst prisons you can possibly go to.
Like Star Trek: The Final Frontier, like when Kirk and Bones get sent to that Klingon prison camp.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Let's pull some Star Trek into this. Yeah.
It's like
it's
that.
basically like that. But like, think way
without the hot shapeshifter.
Yeah, think way worse. Where they where they shave your head and then they tattoo a number on you and they put you in they give you shit and they just fucking send you out. Like,
that sounds like Auschwitz.
Spoiler alert. Spoilers for the Fourth Reich. That's basically what it is. Like we're talking. Mind
I
you,
hope he's not dead.
there's a lot of people that are thinking that's the reason why they're not going to bring it back is because the excuse I heard the Trump administration is giving is, well, like El Salvador is an independent country, we can't order them to do anything.
Then how are you able to send American citizens there?
Because we're paying that prison money to send our prisoners there. Mind you, again, I saw a video on TikTok where ICE arrested an elderly mother. This woman was like solidly in her like 50s, 60s. They broke the car window, unlocked the door, and dragged her out, cuffed her, and they said she is a suspect of MS-13. They cannot keep using MS-13 as a fucking excuse. I'm sorry. MS-13 is not the mob. MS-13 is not fucking Al-Qaeda.
The MS-13 is a red heron. That's what it is.
It is. That's what it is. They keep using MS. There was a person they deported with. Mind you, all of these people did not get due justice. None of them have ever had a day in court. They grabbed them off the streets and just took them and arrested them.
What about habeas corpus?
Like, we're talking about people that just have tattoos, like brown people tattoos. There was somebody who had a tattoo that was an autism awareness tattoo on his forearm, and they claimed that was an MS-13 tattoo. We are living in fascism.
Colorful puzzle pieces. How is that MS-13?
We're living in fascism. We're living in the Fourth Reich. I'm sorry. Again, his name is, I will not give up his name, Camar Abrego Garcia. That is this man's name. Justice for him and everybody else that went down there.
I am more concerned about the constitutional crisis that this is setting up. This is a problem. And listen, I feel for this man. I feel for his family. He was done dirty, and it should be remedied. But this is an issue. It's a much bigger issue. It's the thing that future historians are going to point to. Like, this is the big This is setting a precedent right now for Trump. Like, this is an issue that doesn't affect us.
No.
But the next court case that the Supreme Court rules on, not in his favor, that could affect us, what if he says no again?
Yes.
What are the ramifications of him just not listening to the judicial branch?
Not only that, but he's also deporting legal, not citizens, but legal immigrants that are here in this country. He is just willy-nilly canceling citizenships of people that he doesn't agree with and sending them out there. How soon before it is a legal U.S. citizen born in this country like you or me who says something that he doesn't like, and they just say that fucking cunt that is the press secretary has already kind of floated.
I want to punch her.
Has already
fucking face.
Floated the idea that alluded to the fact that didn't say this in so many words, but basically said that if you say something that's like against America, the president hasn't ruled out deporting American citizens, American criminals in quotes. So that
would be unconstitutional.
So she has already alluded to the fact that there are American criminals that are citizens that may be deported to this prison. That's the words that came out of this bitch's mouth. This is the reason why I'm trying to bring you back to the fight. I understand. I fully understand why you've taken a step back, why you're demoralized. I fully understand it. But we are existing now. We're existing before the Third Reich started, basically. This is our position right now. The Fourth Reich hasn't fully started yet. Once he declares, and it's going to happen, but once he declares martial law, that's when the next Reich starts.
I'm not going to be the German citizen who goes along with the Nazi party. I'm not going to be that guy.
No, I don't believe
But
it,
I'm
no.
also not going to be the one guy who stands in front of the tank at Tiananmen Square.
No.
I don't want to be that guy either.
No.
You understand what I'm
we
saying?
We got to be smart about it. Yeah, we got to be smart about it. There are already people that are saying online Anne Frank was a fictional person. That's going around on the internet right now. Anne Frank was not real. She's a fictional person. That is a big thing going around right now.
I got into an internet argument with a complete stranger, like I tend to do, and it was
I'm happy for it.
one of the things that really bothers me. One of the things that I will always get involved in is the vaccine debate.
Yeah.
You know, I am very, very much a staunch supporter of immunizations.
Yes.
And so there's a big, ever since COVID, it happened before COVID, but COVID just threw fuel on the fire. The anti-vax movement is huge right now. And I was getting into it with somebody about it. And I said, listen, I asked him, I said, well, where did you go to medical school? I think I tagged you in this comment. I don't know if you saw it or not. But I said, where did you go to medical school? Because I am not going to take the word of some rando on the internet who probably was a straight D high school student. Like, I'm not an immunologist.
Neither am I.
But I'm going to believe the experts in the field, the scientists and the medical professionals, the people who've devoted their life.
There's a
studying
reason why
this.
when your engine in your car acts up, you don't go to an accountant
Exactly.
to fucking get your car fixed. You
Exactly.
go to a mechanic because they have spent years studying and understand how the
Precisely.
fucking engine works.
And the response that this person gave to me is like, well, that's your problem, believing those people. And it just occurred to me, I'm like, how do you make an argument against people who are so adverse to intellectualism? It's like being smart is now a problem.
I'll be honest with you, I come across that conundrum almost every fucking day in my job because one of the companies that I take phone calls for, support tech analyst for IT company. Mm-hmm. One of the companies that we take calls for, I'm not going to say who it is, but it's a big real estate company.
Okay.
Multiple times they call me. Most of the calls we take for them are like login issues for their accounts and stuff like that. And have you heard of multi-factor authentication enrollment, MFA? It's basically
I have, but
it's
basically like I'm a
it's
2-year-old.
basically a secondary security system to verify you are who you say you are. So that when you log into an account, that it is you. And people fucking stupid as fuck. They made one little change to it that has basically we get all our phone calls for. Like it went from them getting like a notification on their phone because they just tap it to now they have to type in a number they get on their phone. And they multiple times I get phone calls throughout the week where it's like, I don't understand why they had to make this big change. Like, why is this whole thing like blah blah blah?
But
and everything
you didn't
like
make
that.
the change. It's not your problem.
But not only that, but it's also like they were like, why do we have to make it so? Why do we even have this thing? Why do they make it so complicated? And I have to explain to people every fucking way. It's like it's because it is an extra step of security because you're dealing with fucking people's social security numbers, their financial information. So we need to make things as secure. There's a reason why we do all this because hackers are really, really fucking smart. So we have to make these measures and do these things to avoid giving out people's financial information. Spoiler alert, you understand selling houses. That's your job. Don't question the motherfuckers that are taking care of your tech information because that's our job. Fuck off.
Fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
It pisses me off every day when everybody's like, why do we got to do it this way? Why is it so complicated? Blah, blah, blah. It's because people are smart. And if we don't do it this way, hackers will steal your client's social security number and they will steal all their money and you will not be a trusted source to sell fucking houses, you dumb cunt. So spoiler alert, people that are specialists in things, they know what they're doing more than the motherfucker that flips burgers down at McDonald's, or if you're just, delivering packages for Amazon. People know things. These jobs exist for a reason. Okay, we have specialists for a reason, so they know these things. Economists have been saying for months that the tariffs are a bad idea. It's gonna raise prices, but everybody says, no, it's not. It is a tax on the other country because you believe one man over fucking thousands of people that have studied economy for years. Fuck off.
We talked about this before. Like, I'm no Einstein.
No.
I'm the first one to admit it. There's
I'm
a
not the
lot-
biggest. I have a bachelor's degree in computer information systems. I'm not the most fucking smartest guy either. I don't know everything about tech either. But like,
Yeah, I just feel like it's so frustrating. I wish I knew more. I wish when I was we've talked about this on the show before. When I was younger, in high school even, I didn't care about school. Like I didn't assert myself. Now that
neither
I'm
did I.
older,
Neither did I.
right. It's a common thing for
Yeah.
idiot teenagers. They expect too much out of us when we're that age. But then when you hit a certain point, you're like, hey, I want to know how the world works.
Some people are like that.
Like
yeah.
I something clicked in my brain, but it clicked way too late. Like you ask my parents, I was a total fuck off in school when I was a teenager. And then when I got into my 20s, I was kind of like, hey, this stuff's interesting. Like, I wish I paid attention then. But I mean, no use crying over spilt milk at this point.
Yeah.
But it's like, when did these people like you said, a lot of people don't get this way. A lot of people never have that epiphany that you and I had.
Yeah.
And they look down
Experts are experts for a reason. There's a reason why these people are considered experts, because they have spent their lives studying and doing one fucking thing. One fucking thing.
I respect that. I don't know about you. I respect people who are
I'll be honest with
knowledgeable
you.
in a field.
I don't have the attention span for one fucking thing. I love technology. I do not have the attention span though to study all technology. That's the reason why I'm studying stocks right now. I should be studying like technology to get myself better, to get a promotion in my job and stuff like that. I don't have the attention span. I'm studying stocks at the moment to try to like do something different. Like I feel like I have ADHD, but like I was never diagnosed.
We're all on the spectrum.
And everybody's on the spectrum, but I feel like that's what it is for me, because I feel like I jump from every few years, I jump from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. But like, experts are experts because they did the due diligence to make this one thing the thing they spent their life knowing.
It frustrates me, the dumbing down of our culture. Like, it should go the other way. I want Star Trek to be our future.
It's never going to happen.
It's never gonna happen.
I've hit my point where I've realized it's never going to happen.
We're closer to Idiocracy than we are Star Trek.
I feel like history repeats itself too much, in my opinion. There was a time where Nazis were a bad thing. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, well, they're just like a different belief than us. Nazis used to be a bad thing. I grew up until my 20s knowing Nazis were a bad thing. And now, all of a sudden, well, Russia's not so bad. Russia might be the good guy.
My late grandfather, I actually had two grandfathers that fought in World War II, but one of them he was at the Battle of the Bulge, but he came in later. He came in with like MacArthur, like he didn't fire his gun. My other
You should have
grandfather,
fired in the air one time.
my other grandfather was in the Navy at D-Day, the invasion of France. His stories are wild. I think I've told it on this show umpteen times.
Yeah.
Where he was a gunner on a ship that was.
I would have loved to talk to you. I met
know.
your grandpa once. One time. Not enough.
He blew German Messerschmitt planes out of the sky. He used to, I've said this. I love this quote from him. I killed more Krauts than you could shake a stick at. That's one of my favorite.
Fucking amazing.
Like he killed my blood, my ancestor fought and killed Nazis. I will be damned if I'm going to let them come back. No way.
You don't
In
have
his
to be,
honor,
You don't have to be somebody who is an ancestor that fought Nazis. All you got to do is just see what the fuck they say and understand, you know what? They're not really welcome in our world right now. They're not welcome. Fuck them. This is the world we fucking live in, dude. History fucking repeats itself.
Doing one thing and one thing only. Killing Nazis.
That's why killing Nazis is the best term you can use for them. Fuck Nazis. Fuck them. I'm happy the Conservative Party in Germany, which is basically the Nazi Party, lost their election. I'm happy about that.
That's what a Nazi would say.
I'm really happy about that. They despite the fact that Elon Musk lost twice. He lost when he tried to pump political favor and money into their party over there in Germany, and they lost. Then in Wisconsin, he pumped like
the Supreme Court race,
$20 to $30+ million into that race to make sure that the conservatives won that race, and he fucking lost.
He backed in the Germany election. He backed. I think it was called the Nationalist Party or something.
It was something like that, yeah.
But it's called the Nationalist Party.
They're basically the Nazis.
It is the Nazi Party.
Yes.
They just, by law,
changed the
they
name.
can't use that name anymore.
That's because Germany takes Nazi really fucking seriously.
They fucking should, Adam.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Like they know better. They are like taking that real.
Like
we've had German citizens tell American citizens, "Hey, be careful. That's how the Nazis started. Don't let him take power, please."
That's what a Nazi would say.
Like we had people that have Nazi in their heritage say, "Watch out for him."
We've said this on the show before. We've made this clear. We forgive you, Germany.
Yeah.
But we got our eye on you.
Yeah. I feel like we have our eye on them. The eye should be in the rearview mirror, though, a little bit.
We got our eye on them, too. Like, yeah.
Like, if we're not careful, we might be the next fucking, Again, we're a country that forced Japan, South Korea, and China to form a trade deal
I was talking
against
about
us.
that today with my dad.
Like, that's fucking insane.
Yeah. China, Japan, and Korea.
South Korea, yeah.
They have been ancient enemies for as long as you
Ancient Chinese secret, huh?
Like those three independent nations, those three different cultures, all part of the continent of Asia.
War crimes against each other.
They have all fought each other multiple times.
They have committed serious,
don't like each other.
Crimes against each other.
They came together and did a Captain Planet, like fists in the middle. Like, all right, listen.
Water, fire, earth.
We have had our beefs, no question. But let's just say we all like ramen, and we all hate America. And they're like, put them in, boys. So hey, Trump united the United.
I said it last week. Trump united the world, all right, against America. Notice how he didn't put any tariffs against Russia or Israel, right? Notice that.
Say good night to the bad guy. Wait, am I the problem? No, I'm not the problem. We're the problem, Adam.
I'll be honest with you. Even if somehow his tariff ploys and his tariff bullshit made America more financially stable and improved us financially, I still would not approve of Trump because he's a massive piece of shit that is hurting individuals. The deportations, for example, he's massively deporting people, legal immigrants to this country over bullshit reasons to basically a labor camp. And he is committing essentially war crimes for whatever. We could come out on the next 4 years as one of the richest nations, the most well-prospered nations. It would not make me feel any more appealing to that because of the crimes he's committing now. I would sooner be poorer than be richer based on hurting humans. As I said, the father from Maryland, I believe he's dead. I hope not. But I believe even that one, but if he's dead, even that one death is too much for American prosperity. Fuck you if you think otherwise. Go fuck yourself. Why don't you go tell that to Jesus? Because I'm sure everybody saying that's okay believes in Jesus and goes to church. Why don't you go tell that to Jesus? Say, you know what? I know that him dying was wrong, but it made us more wealthy. So that's cool, right, Jesus? Right, Jesus? Right? right?
I'm loving you tonight, man. You're making some good points.
I'll tell you what. This is a Patreon episode on post to our main show a week or two after. This is going to be a main episode, but it's going to be like a bonus episode on post after because I feel like we're making some pretty good points on here.
You're really doing a nice job tonight.
Because I'm angry. I'm fucking pissed off. This is pent up rage that I spend my week. I've got some downtime during my week, and during my downtime, I'm flipping through TikToks and I'm seeing these stories, and it's just fucking rage scrolling right now, and I'm just like, what can I fucking? This is the reason why I'm gonna fucking protest next Saturday, if it is still going on. Like I got to do something.
In the I don't know if this would work I don't know how, because I know for Patreon you can only post audio, you can't post video.
I think there's a video format.
But let's just say, could you record video and just post the audio, or would it not work that way?
What do you mean?
Like, so we post this right away, not this one, but let's just say hypothetically in the future, we post our Patreon, audio format only, and then a couple weeks you post it to our regular, but with video.
Well, yeah. So
because we're not recording video tonight, so when you hear this on our regular, you're just hearing the audio.
So I'm gonna pull the curtain back for you a little bit. Technically, I'm recording in video. Technically, I am.
Well, I can't see ourselves
because the webcam's turned off. That's why. I turned the webcam off. It's technically recording a video. I'm just using the same software. What I do is I convert this to audio and then upload to the Patreon, which takes like 5 seconds.
So in the future, from now on, we could just record with the camera on.
We can if we want to. I just haven't been doing it because we've been doing audio.
In the future, if we decide to, we're going to post this as a bonus episode, we could post it as a video.
Guess what? Here we go, right here.
Well, it's too late now.
I know. I'm just saying.
We're about done with.
No,
the show.
I'm just showing you. Like, I record technically in video. It's just not showing the webcam.
Sorry, folks. This is.
No, you don't know.
You get to see the back rooms.
That's why
on Patreon.
That's why I'm getting paid the big bucks.
Yeah, right.
Because I know this stuff. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So
you know what?
we do that.
In a couple weeks, we're gonna have to miss a show because I'm gonna be out of town.
That's fine.
I'm going to Washington D.C.
to protest.
I'm gonna, but Trump's not gonna be there. He's gonna be in Mar-a-Lago.
Are you really protesting?
No.
Oh. What are you gonna watch DC for?
I told you, my daughter has a academic games tournament.
Yeah. You should protest while you're there.
Well,
at night, after
he's not going to be there, dude. He's never there.
Again, it doesn't matter. He's not going to be. He's not going to be at any fucking protest we do anyway. But we're going to protest for the sake of protesting.
In a couple weeks,
you could be the big TikTok trend, the one-man protest.
In a couple weeks, we're going to have to miss a show because I'll be out of town for the weekend. Fine. That'll be the week that you should post this.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Right. You let me know. Let me know. I will post this post. Yeah.
It's like 2 weeks from now.
It angers me. I'm more pissed off than I've ever been in my entire life. I'm an angry man, but I'm more pissed off. I have the rage of Solomon. I've got the rage of Lucifer in me right now, just for all this bullshit. I've got the rage. I got the rage. I do.
That would be me and DC.
I want to live forever because I want to get past this fucking generation, go to the next generation after this bullshit.
You know what, Adam? You're 36 years old. You're still a young man. I'm a man. I'm 40. Donald Trump's, 79, 70? He's almost 80. In our lifetime, we're going to see that son of a bitch kick the bucket.
Scott, if you don't think he's going to die a deity, I don't know what the fuck you're thinking. People are going to worship him after the fact.
I don't care what those people do. All I know is we are going to throw the biggest party right here on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
It will be amazing, and you're all invited.
Scott, so real quick, I got a few videos here I want to pull up.
But we can't see them on the Patreon.
Really, the audio is the only thing that counts.
Okay,
for the most part of these ones. So
I guess in a couple weeks when you post this, the whole beginning was just our logo.
Yeah.
But now you'll see it.
I'm recording the video, so I'll keep this one saved. So,
Okay.
You know how he pulled forward Paula White, the faith office administrator, to his
I did hear that, yes.
So she put a commercial out recently. I think it's coming up for Easter season specifically, but she put a commercial out for the White House. And I want to see if you see some similarities to history, because this is very historical, what she's kind of saying.
And I believe that when you honor God on Passover, starting on April 12th at sundown through Good Friday on the 18th and concluding on Easter Sunday, you can receive these 7 supernatural blessings for you and your house. According to Exodus 23, God will assign an angel to you. He'll be an enemy to your enemies. He'll give you prosperity. He'll take sickness away from you. He will give you long life. He'll bring increase in inheritance, and he'll give a special year of blessing. You're not doing this to get something, but you're doing it in honor to God, realizing what you can receive.
For your special Passover offering of $1,000 or more as the Holy Spirit leads, you will also receive the beautiful 10-inch Waterford Crystal Cross. Don't miss your moment to release 7 supernatural blessings and provision into your life.
That was a real thing that they put out.
Pay $1,000 and you get those things.
Yes.
Adam, have you watched the show The Righteous Gemstones on Max?
I have not.
Adam, you have to watch that show. I think you will love it.
This is the kind of shit they did back in like the 1200s. Like where they would like rich people like, you just pay us a tithe and you can do whatever sin you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to confess. That's the kind of thing. This is the same woman. I'm going to play these 2 clips real quick. And again, this is not like really video format. You don't have to like watch it. This is the same bitch that used to speak in tongues.
I remember.
She did it fucking twice. There's the one famous one. There's another one I found that I don't think it's as popular. This is the
Angels
first
have
one.
even dispatched from Africa right now. Africa right now. Africa right now. From Africa right now. They're coming here. They're coming here. In the name of Jesus. From South America. They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here. From Africa. From South America. Angelic forces. Angelic reinforcement. Angelic reinforcement. Angelic
kind of
reinforcement.
background game. That's my first fucking thought too, yeah.
For I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of victory.
Oh, she
I
does.
hear the
This
sound of
dude
victory.
right here, though,
I hear
is
the
just
sound of
walking
victory.
back.
I hear
Like
the
a
sound of
autistic
victory.
tick,
I
like-
He's
hear
like
the
reading
sound of
something with, like,
victory.
a robe in
I
his
hear
hand.
the sound of
It's like
victory.
anything.
I hear the sound of victory. I hear the
He's
sound
walking
of
back
victory.
too. He's walking back. It's one dude like
And
she
I
was
believe
speaking
that when
like
you honor-
weird fucking stupid tongues, and she was walking back forth. That's not the only time she did. There was another time she did this too. Here's the second one.
Mahanda akasata, reke yamanda raboko sokota, ronda yakande eke seke la mama manda rabakase, meta
Did I
rabakande
hear a niner in there?
la babakaso, yalamana niana no, sakayato yakande, yamakato yabatadia city akano yakatara city. Power!
This bitch is fucking insane.
Insane.
And she is why this office exists in general, but she's the White House's faith office director or whatever. Bitch is fucking insane. She's hot, but she's insane.
Is she?
Kind of, yeah.
I couldn't. Yeah.
Angels have even dispatched
I
from
got
Africa
an
right now.
affinity. I'm gonna
Africa
mute
right
this
now.
real quick.
Africa right now. From
Stop for a
Africa
second.
right.
Hold on. There we go. I got an affinity for short-haired blondes like that. I get a bit of affinity for that. You said Bobert was a baddie. Remember?
She kind of is.
Remember?
But right here, her.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I ain't gonna knock. I mean, to each his own. But
I like
I'm gonna go with nah.
I got a special place in my heart for short-haired blondes. Short-haired blonde, kind of does it for me a little bit. But she's a fucking crazy bitch. I bet you she's a great lay, though.
My cousin and I had this thing. He had just recently gotten a dog, and he was trying to train the dog. And when the dog would like do something wrong, like shit on the carpet or piss on the carpet, he would go, "What is that?" And he would point to it. "What is that?" And the dog would like. It was so. I reacted like you did. I was so funny. So then we started this code. Like if we were out in public, and we saw like a hot chick walking by, we go, "What is that?" But then occasionally, like we legitimately weren't sure, so we'd say it was a different, like, "What is that?" You know what I mean? And then if it
That's
wasn't
the new code.
if it wasn't, it'd be nah.
That's the new code.
What is that?
What is that?
What is that? What is that? Yeah. So now you know. I
That's a new
put you
code.
in.
That's a new
Only
code.
people
Oh,
who
yeah.
subscribe to our Patreon understand now. What is that?
Until 2 weeks.
What is
Until
that?
2 weeks later, when you're in Washington and I have to post.
That's
this.
okay. That'll be 2 weeks from now, so we're good. Maybe.
Namaste. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for.
That's my tongues.
Power! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for subscribing to the For Distraction Patreon.
Definitely, I want to say,
podcast.
I want to say thank you. Thank you for all those who are subscribing and getting our bonus content. This one's a little bit different. It's like,
There's some.
oh, you paid to see the movie in the theater, but in a couple weeks it's coming to streaming.
It's like a premium. You got
So
premium.
we don't do this to all of our shows. We got a lot of content on here that is specific to the Patreon, and we're going to keep it that way for our subscribers.
Occasionally, though, I do want to post some Patreon stuff.
It dangles a carrot.
Yeah, swing the balls a little bit. Let the people know what they're missing.
People will be like, "Oh, that was a good show. I want to subscribe to the Patreon."
Exactly.
Tell your friends. Since this is going up, yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you very much. Ladies
What
and
is
gentlemen.
that?
What is that?
What is that?